Hi, everybody. Hello, Cat. Thank you for joining the stream today. Oh, I forgot my little guy. All right. Time to get sewing on this, which I haven't done in a while. I really need to get to it. Hello, Chris. It is sewing day. Sewing day. Let's see here. Let me. So I'm doing a straight stitch, and we're gonna just start sewing the skirt. Tension up a little bit. Very thick material, so it's going really hard not to let it slip. Normally it's like a lot faster. How are you guys doing? Having a good weekend? Oh, did not get much sleep, so I'm running off fumes, but I really wanted to sew today. I've got the new costume room all set up, so you notice the setup is a little bit different. I actually have this through here, and you can see a top view and a side view. I'm a little behind on Merida, but I am making progress, and I do still intend to have 2 costumes done by the end of February, so I'll have Merida done, and I'll have Talit done, so that'll be good. And once I have this top sewn, I can actually work on getting some of these ripples out of the gold I have done. This is basically a full circle skirt that's had a cut fade in the center of it. So it's quite big. I'm using a zipper foot because it's easier for me to control. Hope you guys have a good day, good weekend. Had a week off work, so I was able to just kind of finally relax and just take it easy for a bit. I even beat a video game recently, which is nice. Still have to play the DLC though. Any of you familiar with Remnant? I beat that game recently. It's crazy. You haven't used a sewing machine in years? It's been just like a month for me, I think, but I use a sewing machine for basically every project. I actually have another sewing machine put away that I was hoping I could repair, but I found out there's no way for me to repair it. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get rid of my programmable sewing machine. I'm sticking with my little industrial baby here. It's heavy duty, which I have to take apart and oil myself. It is a lot easier to maintain. So everything you do is usually found. Yeah, I'm going to start getting better about doing that. Basically, I'm going to stick to anything I'm competing in. I'll make myself. But I am going to start thrifting more because there are definitely times where I can do that. And I'll be making a costume from, oh gosh, the Fate series. I'm going to be making Shiro Emiya as a woman, and I can use a purchased bodysuit, modify that, and modify some existing leggings, and then I really only have to make the waist treatment and the jacket. So I prefer to make jackets myself since I have larger shoulders. I also seem to have this curse of, like, since I'm really tall, I'm not the average size woman. Even when I do find objects, I usually have to modify them or combine things. So I seem to always be sewing. This is my first time using this gold vinyl fabric, though. Usually I use adhesive vinyl, and I haven't sewn like 4-way stretch vinyl before, so this is tricky. Okay. My little foot pedal is, it got turned around. I was like, why can't I sew? The pedal's not working. Oh, nice. A big industrial sewing machine. I grew up with a sewing machine that was like pedal based, and you had to keep using a pedal to activate it. That was great. Those would shoot through anything. And this sewing machine right here is the Singer Heavy Duty. It's actually really good. It's all mechanical, so there's no computerized components to it, which means I can completely take it apart, disassemble it, oil it, reassemble it, and I don't need anyone else to do it for me. I don't have to take it to a professional. It's actually included in the guide on how to do it. A lot of the newer computerized sewing machines are great, but when they break down, they're pretty expensive to repair because it's not only computerized components, but it's machine components that wear down different. And so the programmable elements of the new computerized sewing machines prove tedious when trying to maintain them because you can't oil them yourself. You have to take them somewhere. So when Singer had this small, compact, industrial heavy duty for home, I was like, yes, I will buy this. And it has worked flawlessly. Anytime it gets grumpy, I just know it needs a little bit of oil up here and a little oil down here, and like put it in the base, and I put it in the top. I just separate through like 2 screws, and it's easy. I just use standard machine oil. You know, this is not going to be perfect, but I'm trying really hard to make the seam decent at least. I'm trying to hide all of my seams. And keep to where I don't have any raw edges on this. Tricky. Yeah, I had a sewing machine that was like 25 years old that was sewn through leather and vinyl, and then a hand wheel went bad in it, and there was no part to replace it. That devastated me. I can sew through leather on this. It has no problem sewing through thick materials. Like right now, I'm actually sewing through 4 layers of materials, 2 layers of a stretch poly cotton, and 2 layers of a stretch vinyl. and it's having no problems. I'm just taking it slow so that I don't cause wrinkles in my fabric. But yeah, the industrial, the Seeker Heavy Duty can chew through stuff, and some of those older pedal ones still, I mean they're gene makers. They chew through anything. When I made my Kratos, I used my computerized one, and I broke so many needles, and I just realized that it just didn't have the strength. It couldn't do it, right? And so I had to hand sew a lot of my Kratos, and that's when I started looking for an at-home like mini industrial, and I found the Seeker Heavy Duty. I think this is only like $125. I think I got it on sale. Like really cheap for a sewing machine. I think the most difficult costume I've ever sewn. I had this costume that I made from Yuri and Kay from Dirty Pair Flash, and we used this vinyl that just would crumble under a needle, and it was tricky to figure out how to get it to work. Yay! That went into the skirt. I spent a lot of time perfecting the fit of the skirt. It's pretty good. Now I need to sew. I'm not worried about the inside being black. I'm gonna have film it. Keep throwing my. Okay. So I think I need to switch thread here though, and then I need to start. I'm gonna turn this off for a moment. Put this over here. And I'm going to start working on these clips because after I've sewn it, I noticed when I had like pinned this and I sewed this that like this had waves in it. I don't want it to have waves in it. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to unclip all of these. I've had it clipped for a long time, so it's sort of set in shape, and now I can correct and get the wave out of the gold. It's always tricky when you're using two different types of fabrics. I'm using a two-way stretch poly cotton with a four-way stretch vinyl. Combining them can get a little tricky. And so you kind of have to like set stuff in place first, and I don't mind if like there are teeth marks on this permanently because I do want some weathering on this skirt. I probably will be doing some weathering myself on it. I don't want to be like a perfectly clean Mando. Mandos aren't clean. Okay. So I actually don't think I need to sew the bottom. Okay, well, look at that. And when it wiggles, it's going to be like really cool. Okay. So now my next task, let's move this over here. Okay, so I have a skirt. And it looks pretty good. Oh, I found some loose threads here. Alright, so I want this on the inside. I want inside edge on the inside. So I have a center, where is it? I have a center seam here that I'm trying to hide. So I'm going to have that on the inside. So when I wear it, it'll be behind my legs. Nobody should really see it. Okay. So I need to cut off some inches in the top of this because I am making a shirt that's going to go underneath. It'd be helpful if I know how to actually sit in my chair, right? Apparently I don't know how to sit in a chair. Okay. So, got this all ready. I need to take the top. And I need to remove, I'm thinking I should remove probably about 3 inches. It is going to have a waistband, like a false waistband that attaches to the shirt. Okay. So I've got this part lined up. This fabric is like super stretchy, so it's tricky. Got a little storage bin over here. I'll show you guys my little storage bin that I have now. Got some storage from IKEA delivered to me, so I can organize my storage better. Yeah, let's do 3. Okay. Keep that because who knows? I could use that for something. All right. Now that I've got this top piece cut off, I'm going to start making the shirt and the sleeves. So I'll just show you guys this on the tabletop because that's no space for that. But before I do that, I'll start working on the first. Oh wait, I actually need. Why don't you put a measuring tape away? Oh, stop putting a measuring tape away soon. apparently got my measuring tape figured out. This needs to set a little bit lower. So how wide is this? 15. Okay, let's stretch it out to 33. Okay. So I have to make sure the shirt goes around that. Okay. So now that this skirt is sewn and ready, I'll put this little storage here. And then I'll show you guys real fast before I break out the fabric. This is my new little storage bin. And I sell them at IKEA, and they have like top storage you can organize all your stuff in. And then it actually opens up. And you can put more stuff inside. And I love this thing. I have all my thread and all my scissors. And yeah, I've got scissors in here. And then I have all the like materials for like my feet, for my sewing, and my needles. It has made my life easier. Actually, I need to get out a different pair of scissors. These ones. Okay. So I for the patterns for my shirt, which will be like the top part of the dress, I'm using a very old button-up shirt that I've been using for like patterns for all my costumes, even bodysuits and stuff. I just use it as a base and I modify it. Somehow this got stuck all the way through here. There we go. This is what the shirt kind of looks like. Alright. So now I'm going to measure from where I want it to be. Okay, so okay. So I want the shirt. Alright. I'm going to show you guys how I do all this. Since the length of the shirt needs to be shorter for this one, because I want it to match, I just kind of fold my little guy in half here, and then take it and I pin it into place. These pins have basically been here since I started using this pattern. They're exclusively for this shirt. I like button-up shirts because they're form-fitting, so you can modify them for stretchy garments or form-fitted garments, and they're a lot easier to work with. But you can also use pre-bought patterns or any sort of, you can wrap yourself in saran wrap and make your own pattern if you want to do that. There's lots of options when it comes to patterns. I just like using this shirt. Been using it for years. It's been incredibly useful. And since it's a shirt, this pattern is a lot easier to manage. It doesn't get damaged like paper patterns do. Okay. Although I do keep stabbing myself with needles, so I'm clumsy. So, do you guys prefer paper patterns, or do you prefer making your own patterns or buying clothes that have the same style? Like, let me know how you guys do your patterns. So I do mine. Alright, so. Perfect. Now I need to lay out a piece of fabric long enough for me to cut it. And since this is on a fold, I need to make sure I want the back to have the seam, but not the front. So the front will have to be on a fold. Oh, this is perfect. I think this piece is big enough. I always keep pieces of fabric, even if they look as though they may not be useful. Actually, before I break into this one, are any of these big enough? No, that's too much scrapping. Okay. This fabric likes to leave behind dusty stuff. Alright, so stretches. This is the way I want it to stretch, okay. Always check the stretch of your fabric before you start cutting or drawing on your patterns. Trust me, you'll regret it's the wrong way. Okay. Should be enough fabric. Cut that up. It's not that big. Yeah, it's more than my fabric. I'll cut off the excess. So there's a lot of excess hanging off here. It will just drag my pattern down, which I don't want it to do. Maybe by some miracle we'll get this dress done today. After this, I do have to still cut out the sleeves and the neck. Okay, so when I get on the fold, so this side will be the fold. Straighten this out. This fabric wrinkles real easily. I've seen this so many times, but it stretches in the shape just fine, so I'm not too worried if there's a couple wrinkles. Okay. So this is the front. This is what I want on the fold. There we go. Okay. Just bring it down a little bit more. All right. There we go. All right. I'm going to start cutting. Now I'm not going to do, normally with this kind of fabric, since it's so sheer, I would do 2 layers, but because I'm also wearing an overlayer of suede, I am not doing that with this one. Yeah, you find a shirt that's close enough, you find a garment that's close enough, and you just use it. There's a little bit of space to breathe. So when I sew it, it's not too snug. I don't mind it being a little snug. Take a second there. Try a few layers. Work this out. So if it's a little snug, it'll be okay. This actually might be perfect for the sleeves. See. Now the shirt may not look like much. What's going to happen is I take these little pieces here, and take these pieces here. I'm not even going to put this just because I've sewn this shirt so many times. This style, quite comfortable with it. I am, however, going to switch up. I'm going to do a zigzag. So I want to get this line up. We'll start from the inside here. I'm going to do a princess seam on this, I think. I'm going to keep losing my foot. Keep losing a little foot. Come on, don't get stuck. I have to use super thin fabric. Sometimes with fabric that's like really thin, it's a little difficult to get it fed through that first time. So you want to be very careful and make sure your machine doesn't eat it. You have to tug one side. I really do. I think my length is too short. That's the problem. There we go. Always check length and stitch width. Just one side. And let's do the other side. Okay. All right. I'm going to stitch this other side. Oh, it's being stubborn. He's trying to pull. All right, so got the start of the shirt. Now I'm going to sew the center. Can't believe it's already been 42 minutes. Crazy. Let's see if we can hold out the whole 2 hours. I mean, I might sew this so fast that we may not even need it. Alright. We have a shirt. Flip this inside out. Now what I'm going to do actually I think I might just roll these seams. Might be easier to roll them. Let's see here. So I'm going to take it. I'm just going to roll it over. And just. Okay. So rolling my seams is tedious, but it hides any raw edges. And like raw edges aren't bad for stretchy material. I just personally don't like raw edges. If I can avoid them or get rid of them, I will. And I do not have a gosh, serger, so I'll have to get that manually. I'll show you. Actually, let's see here. So it's a lot cleaner. Sorry guys, I keep getting a phone call. Give me 1 second, I need to step away. My dog being loud. Okay, let's see here. Sometimes you just gotta step away, figure out how to make your dog quiet. Alright. Okay. I think we've got it all set up now. Okay. Sorry, I was getting messages. There we go. That's why everything is being crazy on the stream. I'm like trying to contact everything, and I'm like, why can't I? Oh, that's because I'm getting messages. Okay. Anyways, on to the next rolled scene here. I had to turn off my microphone. Okay. Or my speakers, not microphone. You guys couldn't hear me if I turned off my microphone. Oh gosh. I think I need a nap. I need a nap. I didn't sleep very well, so probably would do well to have a nap today. I tell you, I need to get a little wire organizer because this little footstool keeps leaving me. Doesn't want to be with me no more. Alright, roll this hem, and then once I have all the hems rolled, I can actually start cutting out the sleeves, and then we can attach the sleeves, and then we can attach the skirt to the shirt. Oh wait, I have to do a collar too. Never mind. I think we'll get the sleeves and the collar, and I think we'll get everything attached today. I don't think I'll get the gold detailing on it. I'm still considering putting the gold detailing on the brown part. Either way, Princess Merida has like this gold detail work on her. I'm trying to include it with these crisscross arms. I feel like that's cool. Crisscross arms. Ooh. I think I'm getting to the end of this needle. Or, oh, never mind. My thread was stuck. That's why it was looking weird. Okay, so I just need to roll this back edge, and then I'm done with the shirt sewing. Yeah, so, if you guys have any questions for sewing, please feel free to ask me. A lot of my sewing I learned from a sewing encyclopedia and from my mother and my grandmother. My mother is a really, really, really good hand seamstress. I am terrible at hand sewing. Despite being taught most of my life, I just can't seem to pick it up very well. But I am pretty good on a sewing machine, and I have figured that out. I can use a sewing machine better than my mom, oddly enough. It's hilarious. So she does the hand sewing if we have costumes together, and I do the sewing machine. It's amazing how many kinds of sewing machines there are now. I try to keep it simple when it comes to sewing machines. Just because I already have enough complicated equipment in my life. But okay. There we go. Just curling this under so it's a nice clean edge. I just prefer seeing a clean edge in fabric, and if you don't have a serger, you can always just roll the fabric. Create a nice clean edge. Oop. My thread broke. I don't know what happened. Okay, so why did my thread break? Aha! You need to stay in there. Stay in your little hook. Go on your hook. Sometimes thread disobeys you. Such as this one right now. There we go. Alright, I should cut this, and then I need to double check my bobbin and make sure it is not the source of the problem either. Okay, the bobbin looks good. Okay, so let's get you in here. Aha. Okay, little bobbin. Your threads goes this way. Sometimes your thread will get caught. I think mine needs to be oiled soon, so I'll probably need to oil my machine after I finish this project. It happens. Alright, we're almost done with this, and then, like, yay! Start cutting up the sleeves. Cool. This is going really fast today, which is nice. Alright, let's put this little guy over here. Go. This one is angry because I put it there. I'm sorry, camera. It's a little tiny camera right there. Alright, so I'll show you guys a rolled hem, or rolled seam. Oh. Alright. Split this inside out, and voila. We have a shirt without sleeves. Yay! Shirt without sleeves, or collar. We'll get a collar. We'll get a collar and sleeves, but we have a shirt. So, cool. All right, so now we will set the shirt aside and let's start working on the sleeves. Okay, go. All right, so for the sleeves, this might be enough fabric. I don't want the sleeves to be very big. All right, so there's one. I want to just cut once, so let's put this other piece of fabric over here. No idea why one piece is so much smaller than the other, but I don't think it'll be a problem. I think here's my sleeve. My sleeve will tell me if it'll be a problem or not. Okay. I do need a little bit bigger piece of fabric. All right, so we will go with a different piece of fabric. We've got some of this stuff over here. Here we go. All right. Where's the stretch? Stretch is this way. This is the way we want it to be then. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now I've got some fabric for the sleeve. I think this will be big enough and long enough. I think we're good with the length here. The sleeve should fit right here. All right, let's see here. There we go. I literally bought like just enough fabric and stuff. This is crazy. I see we got a comment. Hello, Balden. Thank you for joining the chat and thank you for joining the stream. I am working on Mando Merida. Okay, so there's a weird, sometimes when you buy fabric, there's like a very unusual edge to it where it comes off of the ream. And this one has that, so I'm trying to avoid that because I don't really want that in my costume. Okay. right, so this pattern is perfect. I can now put it back on top of my other pattern. And I can, oh gosh, my back is kicking my butt. All right, let's start sewing the sides up. And we're gonna do the same thing here. We just sew the two edges up, and then we're gonna create a rolled seam, and we'll be good. Okay. I think I want to start at the bottom for this one. Oh goodness. All right. Time to sew. I'm getting pretty low on bobbin thread here, so I may have to rethread my bobbin soon. We'll see. We'll see how much further it can go. Now you can pin or clip the edges together first. I've just made this shirt pattern so many times that I know how it works, so I'm not even really concerned. Like, I've made this way too many times. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't hem the sleeve first at the bottom. I'm actually not even concerned about the bottom part of this sleeve because it's going to be completely hidden by a pair of really big gloves, so I don't care. The one time I don't care. But it also has a really clean cut, and that's why I'm not concerned, so. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works, how it goes. I may have to cut out of here a little bit early. I did get a phone call stating that I have a delivery coming, and that's why my phone kept going off while we were streaming, and I was like, oh, okay. So I may have to take off out of here a little early, but hopefully I can get all this stuff put together before I do that. All right. If you're just starting out with sewing, one thing I highly recommend if you're just starting out with sewing is making sure you have at least one set of one set of stretch needles and one set of like universal needles. Universal needles aren't perfect, but they do well, and like the stretch needles are like a ballpoint needle, which is really good. And cosplay, you use a lot of stretch fabric. At least I use a lot of stretch fabric. It might just be because I'm stretch fabric's easy for me to manipulate. Okay. Now, I think I have just enough bobbin thread to get these rolled hems done, or seams done, and then I will need to start cutting out the collar and getting everything penning. The penning is what's going to take a while, because, yeah, so while I'm clipping and penning and stuff, I'll probably switch cameras and just come over and chill with you guys on the other side over there. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Oh, don't escape. Okay. Oh, for the love of a not raw edge. So tedious. Takes so much time. I hope you guys are having good weather. Weather out here in Arizona is pretty nice this weekend. It's cold, but my cold is probably your warm, just because I'm from a desert, so I don't deal well with cold, and I don't like it when it's cold. And anything under like 80 is cold for me. Yeah, the last bit of sewing, and then it's on the pinning, and I'll just, like I said, I'll switch cameras, and we'll visit each other a different way so that I can look at you. And so I can free up my phone should I get another delivery call. Okay. Feels good to make progress, even though progress has been slow in this outfit. I think it's just some aspects of this are so daunting, require so much thought and planning. This costume has just as much sewing as it does prop fabrication, so it's just it's like we're watching videos, reading tutorials of how to sew fur because, yeah, I have to make the fur cape. Good old Mando Merida, putting my knowledge to the test. And my patience. Gosh, this is pushing my patience. Yay! Alright, sewing is complete for the day. Woohoo! Unplug this little person here. Put all my cords under there. And then move this back. I can turn off. There's so many, like, some wires here. Okay. I'm going to turn off this light. And then I'm going to get this sleeve. And I need this sleeve. And I need the shirt. And then I need, let's cut up the collar right now. I think, honestly, this might work for the collar. I'll do the collar in a second. There's really a piece of fabric that works. There we go. Yeah. Yay! Now I've got collar fabric. Don't want to accidentally cut. Okay. So I'm going to take this and we're going to fold it in half because I want to cut the collar on the fold. And this collar, I believe, is a little bit smaller than my head, so I want to make it a little bit bigger, so I just want a reference for the thickness. So, okay. So I'll make red needed for the head. Okay, and then we'll do how long is this collar? Okay, so we can do 18. 18 and a half. Okay. By 3 inches. Okay. So let's cut all of this off. And then cut all this off. Half there. And then 3 inches. Okay. There's the collar. Alright, now it's time to play camera musical chairs? Alright, let's see here. Here. And then we're gonna knock out this camera for the time being. Let's see here. Remove you. Okay. Hope you guys are still here and listening. And alive. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, just jumping around. Switching up on you guys. Because I can. Okay, so where do we have? We're gonna need the skirt, the shirt. Need everything here, right? All right. Get rid of these magnets. Do not want them too close to my phone. Okay. I'm going back. I'm alive. Hi. I'm here. Hello. So, yeah, welcome to the new cosplay room. I think my camera's off kilter. It is. No. Why are you sideways? It apparently really wants to be sideways. Like, well, I'm gonna have a sideways camera today. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. I was gonna pin things. Yeah. It is currently 3:30, so I can work on pinning stuff. But if you guys have any sewing questions, please let me know. I'm assuming you can hear me. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fun. So I am currently working on pinning the sleeves and collar and everything to the shirt and the sleeves we just sewed today and the skirt we sewed today. Hey, in almost an hour and a half, we sewed on a lot of stuff. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's some really good progress. So right now, this fabric sheds so much. Okay, I am going to line up the sleeves. Okay. And start clipping. All right, come here. Don't be stubborn. There we go. So. Yeah. Let's listen to some music, shall we?
So if you have any sewing tools that you have questions on, please let me know. When I'm sewing, I like to use command clips. I bought a box of them, and then I've also used pins sometimes. For really stretchy fabric, I find that the clips work better, just because the fabric moves around a lot with the pin, and stretchy fabric likes to like shoot the pins back out. So it's, it just is like, it rejects the pins. And since I use stretchy fabric a lot, I invested in command clips, and I don't really have any problems with fabric shifting as long as I use command clips. So I feel like that's pretty good. Kind of slowing down here. Got the delivery is supposed to be here in about 15-20 minutes, so I can stay on the stream until then, and then hopefully I can come back on. I might be on a little bit tomorrow after my Costalk live stream. Speaking of, I am doing Costalk live again tomorrow, and tomorrow we're talking about unconventional materials, and how you can use them, and so things like ketchup guns and cardboard and just stuff that normally wouldn't be seen as creative material, and how you can use it to your advantage. So we'll be discussing that on Costalk Live tomorrow. And then next week, we'll be talking about, we'll be with Bros and Cons, and we'll be chatting about what it's like to be behind the camera as a photographer, and what photographers face when taking photos or doing video shoots, because cosplayers kind of know what it feels like, but we wanted to get a photographer's perspective and say, what do you struggle with, what cosplayers improve on, stuff like that. And the cool announcement we have is the last weekend in February, Yaya Han will be joining Costalk Live again, and talking about her new fabric line. And we're going to be doing a giveaway announcement on Costalk Live here in the next couple days. It's pretty cool. I'm jealous that I can't join it. We're also going to have some pretty big things going on this year. So if you don't follow Costalk Live, check us out. This year, other than finishing up Mando Merida, which I'm currently working on, I will also be working on a pretty big build. I've been wanting to do another Mass Effect costume for a really long time, since I did Thane Krios, and I kind of retired Thane just because I've got a lot of improvements to make to that character, and I made it when I was still learning about sewing, and now I'm a much stronger seamstress. So I will be improving that, but the costume I wanted to focus on this year, since Mass Effect is having a re-release, was Nareen Kandros. She is a Turian. She's really cool. So I have been doing research on ways to create a face mask without actually casting it in latex or silicone or anything like that, because I'm very sensitive to latex, not like on the allergy level, but I don't respond well to it. Like, I don't suffer, but it makes me want to pass out. So yeah, latex and I aren't friends. So I tend to avoid it, which means I really only have silicone as an option for my masks, or latex-free foam. And for Nareen Kandros, she kind of has a very similar human face. It's just there's like this very bony infrastructure that comes up and over. So I'm planning on using foam clay to create a mask, and you guys will be going with me on that journey. And here's hoping it works, because I don't know if it's going to work or not. For those of you just joining the stream, we made a shirt and a skirt today, and sleeves, and now I'm just clipping everything together so that when I go to the sewing machine next, I can just assemble the entire dress, and then I can start getting to assembling the overshirt that the armor attaches to and the overskirt. This costume has so many parts. Like, what was I thinking? I have pants, and I have a dress with a long flowing cape skirt, and then I have an overskirt, and then I have an overshirt, and then I have a fur cape, chest armor, shoulder armor, wrist armor, and a helmet. Oh, and a baby Yoda. I'm going to make a little baby Yoda carrier for my costume. Like, as in baby Yoda is going to attach to me in some way. I hope. Alright, so let's clip this here. That's good. But yeah, I'm glad to be back streaming. I know I had a bit of a break there. I wasn't feeling myself, and I needed to take a little mental health week, and now I feel a lot better. Well, mentally, physically, I kind of got food sickness, and so I've just been not really eating. So haven't eaten today, but I have been drinking Gatorade, so I am taking care of myself. Trying to get electrolytes. Now, as far as events go, the only thing I have planned going is I'll probably be going to a couple virtual events. I'll post the details soon. I don't think any physical events will occur until late fall or even winter this year, so I can't give you any updates on that. I don't know what's going on there. But I can tell you that I'm going to be doing more costuming streams because I've been slowly but surely collecting materials for my latest two big builds that I want to do this year. This is technically one of them. The Mandalorian Merida is one of them. I started this last year, but I've been working slowly but surely on it just because I kept encountering issues with Tamatoa, and so I focused on that, and now I can focus on Merida. But don't know what I'm going to do. I will figure it out. I'm really excited to make Nyreen Kandros from Mass Effect. I am nervous, though. I've never done the digitigrade legs, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I think I'm going to fake it. I don't really want to do actual digitigrade legs. They look really uncomfortable to wear, and I'm already really tall, and Nyreen Kandros isn't that tall, so I don't want to just tower over people. So I'm thinking of buying those really unusual heels that kind of like the heels that don't actually have heels. They're like platforms, and then building feet off of that and legs to make it look like I have digitigrade for Nyreen Kandros. But I'll have to do a bit more research and see if that is a feasible or plausible or reasonable solution to not wearing stilts, basically, because I do not want to walk around in stilts. I am clumsy enough as it is. I do not need to have these crazy legs added to it. I can only imagine that me and digitigrade legs would be like, I don't know. I don't see it going wrong, is what I'm saying. So I'm really surprised like how fast I sewed that stuff. This is like the worst part of sewing though, like is the clipping. I think I've said that before. I've mentioned that like this part sucks, the preparation. But I mean, I've got all the, I've got the sleeves and the collar and the shirt. Now it's just getting everything assembled so I can sew it. And then once it's assembled and sewn together, then I can actually like try on the dress and make sure everything works. And then it's just onto that overshirt and the overskirt so that I can add the armor. The armor just needs a couple more like sealing treatments, and then I can add attachments to that and paint on details, and it should be done pretty soon here. So, all right. So here's the shirt. This is literally what we made in the past 30 minutes, guys. It's awesome. Now I need to start pinning it to the skirt. This is going to take a little while. Okay, so maybe I'll sew the sleeves on and then pin to the skirt later, just because I'm kind of concerned about the weight of this, and I might have to reinforce everything. This skirt is pretty heavy, so I may have to reinforce the bottom edge of that shirt before I attach the skirt to it. Okay. Point is, I need to flip the shirt inside out. You guys can see, I can hear the clippies jingling. These are the little clippies for the, yeah. And then that's the rolled edge I was telling you about. So, okay. I think we are done sewing for today. So, I've got about 10 minutes before I have to dive off for my delivery. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything that you want to see me do that I haven't done yet? Is there anything you'd like me to show you from previous builds? I've got options here, so I'm gonna drink a little bit for a second. I am excited though. I got some new webcams. I'll be testing them out soon. Because this one's okay, but it's got a focus issue. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, this camera just likes to focus in and out, and it drives me nuts. So we'll be testing out a new webcam soon. For those of you wondering where my music's coming from, it's from Monster Cat Music Player, and I have Monster Cat Gold, and they have options for streaming safe music that you can play while streaming. So if you want to at some point, check them out. Oh. Your light's freaking out on you? Okay. Yeah. So, next week, what I'll be working on with you guys is probably adding the attachments for the armor to my Mandalorian Merida, so that you guys can see how I plan on doing the attachments. I'm going to be doing a lot of magnets, and I figured that would work better. I'll show you guys what the helmet turned out like, and yeah, we're hopefully going to actually assemble this costume. We'll see how far I get with sewing the suede. The suede is the most difficult part of this costume. It looks like it's the simplest part, but it's not. It's I'll share what I'm discussing with you guys right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Wait, why did I not open the picture? Oh, here we go. Or not, because it doesn't want to share my picture. Now I can share the picture. There we go. So the thing about this is the dress is pretty easy, and for the bottom strips, I realized I was trying to sew in that gold stripe on the bottom of the skirt, but it was really tricky because it's essentially separating textiles and then reapplying them. And so what I decided to do is I'm actually going to use a hot knife to cut out a long strip of gold for the bottom part of the skirt, and that will help clean the edges so I shouldn't have any raw edges. And then what I'm going to do is use Cause Bond, because it's a fabric adhesive as well, and use it for the second gold stripe. Since the second gold stripe doesn't go all the way through the skirt, it only shows on the outside, it doesn't show on the inside. that was interesting to learn. But that's easy. For the pants and boots, I already have a pair of pants and boots that work for this. I just have a pair of brown leggings, and then I have strappy boots that I think will be just fine. They look a lot like what the armor from Mandalorian wore. But the skirt, this brown skirt is real tricky, and it doesn't look tricky, but it is. And the reason I say that is simply because it's layers, right? So it's a lot of little layers. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this. I think what I am going to do is I'm going to sew one skirt, and then I'm going to cut the same one out, cut it into strips, sew each of the strips up, and then attach it to the inside. So the inside's going to be flat and not have that kind of like stripy texture, and then the outside's going to have layers of stripes. I'm probably gonna have to use Cause Bond because I don't want to show too much stitching. So I'll probably to fold it up and under and create a bigger like shadow. So I don't want to also layer. So I'll figure it out, and I'll show you guys how I make that lower skirt. The top shirt's pretty easy. I'm going to be using the same exact pattern I showed you guys today. I'm just going to turn it into a crop top, and then I'm going to enlarge the sleeves so that they're more flared, and shrink them as well. And then for the fur, it's not that difficult of a pattern. It's just a little semicircle, like a small circle skirt, except it's two put together. And then I will sew and flip it inside out, and then just kind of do a lot of hair brushing. Oh, it's going to take so much hair brushing. But I'm pretty sure that I'm really hoping I can get this done and ready for me to wear on the stream in a weekend from now. I got a little slowed down on it, but I've been picking up speed the past couple days, so here's hoping. I am making the gloves from scratch too, so I'll show you guys how I did that. I'm using stretch suede, so I'll be tracing my hand over, and I'll make sure I take pictures. And I'm taking lots of pictures and doing lots of video during this time to show you guys how I'm making all of this. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask me. Again, I appreciate you all joining the stream to create this costume. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this, and then I'm actually going to show you guys what else I'm working on this year, for those who are curious, or who have not maybe seen my plan for the year. Oh goodness. Okay, I gotta find my picture. It disappeared. In the interim, I will tell you guys that if you haven't, please try checking out a place called the Senpai Blog. It's rogersenpai.com. I recently wrote an article for this particular website, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. The article should be available in the next couple days. So this is the Senpai Blog. It's a really great collection of information for cosplayers. And I believe it's based out of the Midwest, but the information here is really good. So I highly recommend checking it out. Then let me go ahead and take open up. I'm going to go open up and show you what I would like, what we'll be doing, what I actually will be working on this year. So you already know about Mandalorian Merida. She's been in the works for some time. So once I finish Mandalorian Merida, really hoping to finish her by next weekend, but I will give myself until the middle of February just in case, because the next costume I'm working on is Talit, which is this little orange-haired poncho-wearing elf here. She's from my favorite comic called Elf Quest, and I already have plenty of leftover fur from Mando Merida to use on her. It will be my first time creating a really fluffy wig like that, so you'll get to join me in my journey of learning how to make super fluffy wig. But the outfit itself is super simple. I'll just be buying some golden copper leggings, and then I'll be buying a couple yards of this burgundy fabric and then this lighter tan fabric. I'm trying to get suedes so that they mimic so that they mimic leather, because I don't really want to wear like tanned leather in Arizona ever. But after I finish Talit, probably only take me 2 weeks to make. She's very simple. Then I will start on Nyreen Kandros, which is right underneath Talit. It is the alien that is immense. I have to make her carapace and her armor and her underclothes, and I'm probably going to just buy a pair, like a bodysuit, like a pair of pants and shirt that matching color, that copperish tone, and I'll airbrush those, and then I'll be making the rest of the outfit simply because I want to make it a little bit easier on myself for this one. I will be using a lot of magnets. I'll be using a balaclava, which is like a ski mask, and building the face sculpt over the top of that, and using magnets and clips to remove pieces so that I can easily get it on and off. That Nyrene Kandros, I'll be working on her until I expect the end of July, maybe even the end of August. I will be working on her consistently. Then I'll get started on a female version of Shiro Emiya. Shiro Emiya, I'm going to try and thrift a vast majority of it. So it's going to be like my thrift challenge and see what I can recycle and reuse for this particular character, see what I can find. And I've had people challenge me to go thrift, and we'll see what I can do. For Nora Valkyrie, I already commissioned her costume some time ago. The only thing I need to do is make her armor and her black underdress. I actually have everything else ready for that outfit. And then at the end of the year, once I have everything else done, if I have everything else done, I will start making Chali Mumu, which is a cow, a two-headed cow in a video game called Fallout 76. Only I'm going to use the 50s diner ladies as my inspiration and essentially create a little moo cow costume with like a double head hat, and it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. But I promised my Fallout 76 group that I would do something funny, and yep, the funniest thing I could think of was turning this weird two-headed cow into a 50s diner girl. So these are my plans for the year. I do actually have costumes that I have not shown the world yet. I have a new costume from Seven Deadly Sins. I actually finally have a costume from Fire Emblem. So I do have some things. I even have an Ahsoka Tano that I still want to wear. I'm just slowly but surely working on editing that costume because it was a purchase and it needs work. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. The headpiece is so understuffed that it's just not staying up. So I'm having to tailor it. There are also some costumes that I will be putting to a vote whether or not I should keep this year, just because as I introduce these 6 new costumes, I will need space, and there are some outfits that I just don't think I will be keeping anymore. But thank you all for joining me. I did actually just get a message. So I will need to go ahead and take off for the day. Thank you for joining the sewing. We got the skirt sewn, a shirt put together. We got 2 sleeves put together. We got everything attached and ready for sewing. So the next time I join you next weekend, I will make sure that I have my mannequin out in the corner so that you can actually see the dress on the mannequin, and hopefully I have the other shirt and skirt sewn by that time too, so you can see that as well. And then we'll just work on all of the armor and putting finishing touches on it. So thank you for joining me. You can reach me at www.thermocosplay.com through the contact link, or you can visit me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Instructables. Again, thanks, and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye.